Hey everybody, so I've actually had no chance to do this proper filming about my experience at HURGHADA Airport, so I wanted to take this opportunity as I've got my room free for a couple of hours because everybody else is out drinking after our first day of training, and I thought, do you know what I'll do is of course take this moment to film my little video about going through HURGHADA Airport. So if you've seen my pictures on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, you'll know it's a little bit different from your average airport. Now, it's really simple, and I wanted to do this because there's a lot of like hearsay about what's going on at HURGHADA and how you get treated and what it's like going through the whole experience. So here we go. Step one, if you're going to get a private taxi, you're usually going to be the better off people because you get there slightly early. I know when you're at your hotel you're thinking, why are we getting picked up early than the coach? It's because you're actually getting priority to get into the airport quicker. Now, the day that we flew on was a Friday. Now, Fridays sometimes are busy, but the main days for flying are Fridays and Mondays. So there are a lot of people going through that airport at one time. Now, we got there quite early for our flight, and what happens is you have to join a queue that is outside the airport. So this queue was actually quite long when we joined it, but it wasn't as long as it was when we got to the start of that queue to get into the actual airport. So when you get to the end of this queue going into the airport, you will be met by a security officer. This is like a proper suited police officer style type person. He's going to ask to look at your boarding card, and he's also going to get to ask you to look at your passport. Now, when I went through, he actually asked me my full name. So he asked me my full name and then let me go through. Then it gets a little bit more like a normal airport. You're going to go through a couple of zigzags, but before you actually get to your check-in desk, you will actually need to go through and do a security check. This is going to look at all your bags. So literally they will take all your bags off you. They will ask you take your shoes off, your belts off, all your electronic devices have to come out, and you will go through a full bag search. There are a lot of people that are getting stopped to do full bag searches, so be patient because that is the first bit where you will start queuing. You will most probably be asked to do a full body search. Girls will go through one security thing and then boys will go through another. But again, nice and simple, just make sure you're prepped for it. So if you've got wires, if you've got electronics, get it all sorted, get yourself planned, because on the other side of those x-ray machines and security units, you will actually it will get quite busy, so just make sure you've got your wits about you, you've got everything sorted. If they do pull you to one side, don't worry about it. They are literally going to do a bag swab, so they will swab your bag and all that kind of stuff, so have a look there. Then after you get through that first security, well, technically that's your second security point, you will get to your checking-in desk. Now with Thompson it's quite simple. They usually have a couple of desks open and you'll go through a bag drop situation, which was nice and simple. They'll also give you your visa, like departing the country kind of card, which you have to fill out, which is to do with your visa and stuff like that. So another good point is make sure you've got a pen on you. There are pens available, and when we did go through that first passport control section, it was quite quiet, so there was pens to go around, there were people showing us what to do, but if you've got a pen, it just saves you some time. Then you'll go through passport control. They'll look at your passports. Oh, I forgot to say, before that you'll drop off your bag, so of course any hold luggage will go off and get loaded onto the airplane when it's there. Any hand luggage you'll keep with you. You'll go through passport, you'll hand in your visa, departing the country card, and you'll also, if they need to stamp anything or do anything, they'll do that there. They might ask you a couple more questions about how long you've been here and all that kind of stuff. After that, you'll go through yet another security checkpoint. They will then check your bag again. So that's your handbag, your luggage that is going onto the airplane. They will, I actually got stopped, so they actually wanted to look at all my electronic devices, so they swabbed them and things like that. After that, you are in the area where all the duty free are and all the restaurants. So if you're boarding between gates 50 and onwards, you will have to wait until closer to your boarding time to go near your gate. Now, you don't want to go through that gate too early because there is nothing there by your gates. So if you want food, if you want duty free, you need to do all of that before you go through that door, because you won't be allowed back through. So they have got some lovely little eateries there. They've got an upper crust, they've got a Burger King, they've got a pizza place with pasta, they've got an old style English pub, and it was reasonably priced. So I got like 3 drinks for 100 Egyptian, so it was quite good, and they were like all soft drinks and coffees and stuff. So that's really nice. It does say they have free Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi was dreadful, so don't rely on it. It was terrible. It took forever to use, so don't worry about it. Just wait until you get home, and then you'll have good service. So remember, if you want to do any duty free whilst you're in Hurghada, there are good shops. There was some good tobacconists, some good like spirits, but again, it's the same prices, especially for spirits. When I was looking at them, you can get the same thing for like the same price at Asda and Tesco, so don't worry about it. So when it does come to that time to go through that second door and go to your gate, you may be asked to do another random security check. Now, at this random security check, we were quite lucky. There was 3 of us that went through, and they will ask you your flight. Depending on how many have already gone through for that flight, depends on who they're going to ask. So it's still, again, it's a random check, and they might pull you. One of us out of our 3 did get pulled over. Luckily, it wasn't me, because I have so many electronic devices, they actually get you to turn them on and off. So they do wait for you, so be patient with them. There's usually about 4 people in that area, and again, it's just another security check to make sure that that is the most secure airport ever. After that, you will then be waiting at your gates, and all you need to do is wait to be called. Overall, do you know what? I was getting worried about it, and I did think, do you know what, this is going to be a nightmare because of all the hearsay that was going on about how many checks you had to go through and all this kind of stuff. But you know what, it was one of the most secure airports I think I've ever flown out of. It was really safe, it was really good. On another note, we were delayed, but that was nothing they could do about it, and they don't really tell you about the delays, but don't worry about that, because this video is not about that. It's just about giving you a heads up of what to expect when you get to the airport. So remember, you'll get 1 security check as you enter the airport. You'll get 1 security check before you check all your luggage. You'll get 1 security check after you've dropped your hold luggage and you've checked it in. And there is a possibility of a 4th security check where they may ask you to turn on and off all of your electronic devices. So remember, like Reb says, make sure that you, yes, you, make sure you charge everything up the night before, because if it can't turn on and off, that's when you're going to have an issue. You might not be able to take it with you. So make sure you've got a pen to write on your visa departing country ticket, and then make sure everything's packed in a way that you're organised, so if you do need to keep opening and closing your bags, you'll be sorted. But yeah, don't worry about it. It does feel like a bit of a stressful thing, and they are literally just making sure that they're one of the security things. So hopefully that's given you some ideas of what's going on at Hurghada Airport, and I hope you found this nice little short video quite helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this informative. If there's anything you want me to do as well, this is what I wanted to say today. If there's anything you want me to do video-wise about being abroad, about going on holiday, leave it in the comments below. Find me on Facebook, give me a message, and if I can do that video, I will be more than happy to do it, because again, at the end of the day, all I want to do is inform people. So that's why I'm doing this. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I've literally had 4 hours sleep today. I've been training all day. And I'm very, very tired. So I'm now going to go and jump in the shower, sleep, and then get up for another day of training back here in the UK. So whatever you're doing, have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Bye!